This is the Symposium podcast with Wright and Romero.
All right, Symposium podcast, new episode, new segment actually. Obviously you can see it's just Wright today, so we're doing a new segment, Symposium SideQuests, already brand new. Symposium SideQuest, we it's whatever, we just feeling, we just making content, all right? So I got a guest with me. I'm gonna let my guest introduce himself because I call him many. He got many nicknames. So I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
I'm known as the man, the myth, the legend, the Buffalo Nasty. Most know me as Robert Walker. I'm the owner and founder of CineFile, and chilling with my boy Wright right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So me and Buck go way back, man. Way back. College days. But he just mentioned CineFile, so that's why we're here today. If you love all things movie, you love all things cinema, this is a great episode to tune in. So CineFile, so what is CineFile?
So CineFile, I've been trying to define it for a while now, but I think I got figured out what it is. So CineFile is a movie community.
Yeah, you guys just too high.
It's a movie community. I'm trying to build a movie community so people can get out the house and enjoy spending time together for one.
Yeah.
But enjoy, share that passion and love for movies.
Yeah.
So how it started, it's originally an app idea. And so I just like watching movies, and when I watch movies, I love rating them, and I love seeing if what I took from the movie, if other people saw that.
Yeah.
And so I like having that conversation, even if we're not on the same page. We can explain to each other and debate like what you saw compared to what I saw.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
And I've been a movie fan all my life. Shout out to my cousin Damon. Just as a young kid, he would take us to the movies all the time. This is like 10, 11, 12. And when we was going to see movies with him, we were seeing bangers.
Yeah.
So like Scream, Halloween, H2O, Long Kiss Goodnight, Blade, all that stuff. So that was like my original love for movies. But movies are expensive.
Yeah.
And so for a while, I was still going to the movies, but not as often. And then my boy Drew, he convinced me to get the AMC A-list pass. And so me just being cheap, I was just hesitant to get it. I just felt like I wouldn't get my money's worth.
Yeah.
So I finally got it after I saw Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay.
And that was such a dope ass theater experience. I'm like, I gotta get back to the movies. You know what I mean? So I finally bought the A-list pass. And the more I start going, the more I realize it's how important it is for me to squeeze this into my schedule. Because it's such a stress reliever and a coping strategy for me. Like during my week, I'm able to go to the movies, turn off my brain, and be entertained and have a story being told to me.
Right.
And as I start going, I start realizing like the positive impact it had on like my mental health. Not that I was going through anything or anything like that, but it's just a nice little break. And I feel like, we try to save everything for the weekend.
Yeah.
But squeezing your hobbies in throughout the week, it gives you something to look forward to in the week.
Right.
So with that doing that for me, I just wanted to share that with the world. And I felt like I had an idea where I can get people together. So you might as well make some money off of it, right?
It's super dope because at first I didn't understand the concept at first, and then we had like a brief conversation because for me it was like I just didn't get it, and then I saw the more and more, and then you start doing the content, and the content started getting better. I'm like he really into this, and it like then I went to a couple events, and it was just dope. Like you said, that community piece, like because I had no interest. I like. For a while, I was like, man, I'll wait till it come out. I'll wait till it come out. Yeah. But then I'm like, when I start going, I'm like, damn, I miss going to the movie. You know what I mean? And just it was just like it's just a dope experience. So I like what you're doing with it, and just to see where it came, where it went. and then you turn into a family event. You turn like just whatever. Like it is good to see the homies and stuff too. You know, even though we just see each other before the movie started, and then when it ends, all right, we out. You know. Yeah. But I find that interesting. Like you said, you're not waiting for the weekend to do something because you'll go see a movie whenever. Like you know what I mean.
Tonight.
yeah. You know. So it's just like it's that's dope to me, man. What would you say? So you started CineFile when?
So CineFile has been in my brain for a while.
Yeah. I remember the app. I remember you talking about the app and all that.
So I had a way that I was rating the movies. Like I got a whole like you rate each aspect of the movie and it averages out your score and you get a score.
Yeah.
So like I know sometimes I'll be thinking like I'll give it a 6 or 7, but I was like fuck it, I'll put like not an algorithm but like a little process to get the right score.
Yeah.
And so I kept it to myself for a while and then I finally told Drew and Hannah.
Yeah.
And Drew and Hannah was all over it. You know, I was trying to protect it, and Drew and Hannah loved it. And we started having our conversations after the movie, and they gave me the confidence, like, okay, I got something that worked. It's not just me being delusional. You know what I mean? And the more we start doing it, the more I start really like, this shit is cold. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's fun to do it. Like, when we don't go to the movies, like if it's like a week we don't go to the movies or something, we really feel it. Like yesterday, me and Drew went to the movies. We hadn't been in like 2 weeks together, and like we both said the same thing. Like we gotta get back in the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So I just doing it with them made me see the value in it. You know what I mean?
No, this definitely got me more back into like interested in movies.
Yeah.
And kind of, but the thing is, I gotta get out of my comfort zone and just go see the movies I want to see and not just what I like. It's like I am interested in a bunch of movies. Like I can't get it since I was younger. And I just was scrolling and saw y'all Bloodline reaction, and that was funny because like it was the complete opposite. Yeah. But it's just like, man, I haven't watched those Final Destinations in years. You know what I mean? And it's just like, damn, like I was like, all right, I don't even know if I want to see this, you know? Yeah. But then what fucked me up is y'all split review because now it's like, Drew kind of feel like I think I would feel, but you was on it, so now I gotta see it myself. You gotta make your opinion for yourself. Exactly, you know? That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. So I was like, damn, he got me. He got me, so now, you know? But it was interesting because that was kind of my take on Sinners at first. Yeah. And when I first saw it, let me backtrack. I was gonna ask you when you started, how many movies do you think you've seen since you really got this going?
I think last year in the movie theater, I know I saw over 100 movies. I don't know
in the theater.
Yeah, in the theater. Damn. But like since I've been on that A-list, like that A-list is so clutch. Like if I'm a cheap dude, I'm not a person that be out here spending money. So if that's something if you like going to the movies, get that A-list or whatever other movie theaters, your movie theater, they usually all got like some type of subscription. Yeah. But it just makes it an affordable night and you can go anytime. But yeah, like I said, over 100 movies last year. Right now, I gotta be at 30 right now. Damn. So I've been trying to keep track of them, but I gotta go through a calendar.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. All right, so let's get into what we want to talk about. Let's get into Sinners, man. First of all, how many times have you seen Sinners?
I saw it twice.
Okay, so me too. I only saw it twice as well. But you say you want to go see it again
for sure.
Get another experience from it. All right, so so before going into it, so I went off the reviews and went offline, which I got mixed reviews, which it was kind of like before it even like came out, you know, I was just like, all right, I don't know if it's gonna be that good, so I definitely gotta go see it. Yeah. But the first, I think I had two different feelings like when I watched it. You know, like the first time I was like, damn, this is dope. Like I liked it wasn't what I expected it was gonna be. Yeah. And the second time I went just to get what I thought I missed, but I liked it even more. Yeah. It was like I was more into it even more, which I didn't think I would be. So just off of your first like impression off of it, what did you think?
I absolutely loved it, and the first time I saw it was at the event. So like, if you, I don't know if you paid attention, but I'd be flustered. It'd be a whole bunch of shit I'd be having to do.
Yeah.
My family need babysitting, all kind of shit. I got 100 people's tickets, so I got to let motherfuckers in. I'm still trying to interview, so it was a lot of shit going on. So I missed some stuff in the movie. Like, I was there for the whole time, but like mentally, I just wasn't sitting down focusing, so I missed some stuff. But even so, I was just really impressed with it. Like, it's so many layers to it. And, I'm familiar with Ryan Coogler's movies now, so I don't know why I'm surprised by it. But the fact that he could do it over and over again and it'd be a completely different genre and it still give me those same feelings. Like, I remember seeing Black Panther and how I felt so prideful. So Ryan Coogler, he does a great job of teaching us lessons, but wrapping it up in a very entertaining way. So like, we're learning, but we're being entertained while we learn. So as an educator, me and my brother, we was talking about like, giving lessons and making the kids excited about learning. Ryan Coogler does a great job at that. And I feel like he knocked it out the park with this one. So I really thought it was dope. I just missed some of the little parts of the story that I needed to go back for a second time to see. So.
Okay. So what about like that? What would you say the message was? Because before watching it, I thought it was a completely different message, and then watching it, my mindset was kind of changed. How would you say going into it? What did you get from it? The message you got from it?
So the great thing about it is you could probably ask this question to 10 different people, 10 different answers. So that makes a movie cold and it creates a lot of good conversation. But for me, I feel the message was about ownership, like Black ownership. We offer so much to the world with our culture, with our creativity, with our knowledge. And we are a people of community. We want to help people and reach out to people and stuff like that. And over the course of history, that has burned us. While we let Europeans in, Moors taught Europeans hygiene. We let people into our music, Elvis stealing our music and shit like that. So I thought the movie was about valuing your culture and your creativity and what you bring to the table as a Black community, and not being so quick to just let anybody in and welcome them into, when we don't know what their motives are.
No, I see, and that's kind of what I got from it too. Like, especially that culture part. Like, and we gonna talk about aspects of the movie, but just even like when it, they got the shit up and running. And then it changed, like it went when they start dancing and partying, it went from one culture scene to the next, and then it kind of mixed. At first I was like, but then I saw it again, I'm like, damn, that shit was tough. It was tough. And just to see that, and then like you said, the whole message of letting them in, was like, damn. But then even the Asian part of it, where they were stuck in the middle, so they had to, even like when they had the store, but they gotta cater to both sides, and just to get through and get it how they live. So it was like, and then when she did what she did, it was like, oh shit, now they just blew this shit up.
That almost ruined the fucking movie. I've been meaning to make a video about this bitch for a while.
Bro, I've heard so many, dog.
It's a lot of people taking up for it, and that shit is pissing me off. Like, I really want to argue.
So then you gotta do your video.
All that stuff was just teaching us about the influence we have on the world. You know what I mean? And people just rape us of it when we just accept them so easily. And I just thought it was a good message, and it's shown in so many things that's really happened throughout history. You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's like that complexity of it. It was just, I feel like that was important to see. And it was just dope the way he, like, we talking Ryan Coogler, bro. Like, he's a beast
for real.
He's a beast. I was impressed with this. Even like the cast. I thought the cast was dope. Especially the young boy. He about to be a star.
For real.
Yeah, he about to be out of there. But just the, even Michael B. Jordan bodying it again and like, you know, playing. At first I thought, I'm like, ain't no way this about to be like him playing both. I'm like, nah, this shit about to be a dud, bro.
Yeah,
like, shit ain't that good. Yeah, he killed it.
Yeah,
he killed it.
I've always liked Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
but I was never sold on him being like a thespian.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like he can
yeah.
act. Obviously, he's a movie star.
Right.
But that nigga acted his ass off.
Yes, he did.
I was thoroughly impressed. Like any questions I had about his acting and stuff like that, those questions got answered in this movie. He did a great job of being two different people, but still feeling like they were really brothers and like being separate.
But they were still separate people though.
Yeah,
like,
that shit was dope.
They had two separate identities, which was super dope. And just the way they like portrayed that. And it was funny because like now that we I'm on TikTok for hours a day, but to see like the dude I really like, the Straw Hat Goofy, like cause how he break down like the movie, the interviews and stuff. Yeah. But when he was talking to Ryan Coogler and like they were just talking about how they shot it and everything, it was just like, damn, bro, they put in work for this.
Yeah, it's so many details and like I can't imagine doing that type of stuff.
Right. Then something you said when you now I'm paying attention to more is like how I go see the movie, like with the Dolby and the IMAX, like that's a big difference.
Oh hell yeah,
that's a big difference, and I ain't never paid attention to that.
Yeah.
Until I was like watching your shit, and you're like, no, I'm about to go see it in this, or I'm gonna see it in this. I'm like, what's the difference, dog? And it's a huge difference. Yeah, like it's crazy. For sure. What's your favorite? Not best. What's your favorite movie experience?
So my favorite is the Dolby. The Dolby is focused on the sound of it. So at least the one that I go to, because a lot of movie theaters got Dolby, but an actual Dolby Atmos cinema. So it's got like way more speakers throughout, and like you can hear the sound on different sides of you. But the real thing is they got subwoofers in the seats. Yeah. So so in like action movies, you can feel your seat shaking. Yeah. So like. It just creates a different immersion of it. Like I like IMAX, and IMAX got really good sound, but the Dolby sound is more immersive. I'd rather sacrifice the bigger screen for.
I thought IMAX was the top tier one because I remember when it first came out and everything. It was supposed to be crazy. Yeah. But I like the Dolby experience way better. That shit was loud, and it was like I'm like, damn, and I was locked in.
Yeah, exactly.
I was locked in, so I'm like. I think that's the way to go for me.
But I think IMAX is considered the top tier though. Yeah. But it's just, and when I watch, because IMAX these seats don't recline. So but I get a different feeling when I feel like IMAX, they want you up, focused and paying attention. Dolby, they let you be a sloth and eat your shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm more like focused and like being more articulate when I'm watching, I guess. You know what I mean? But I still think they consider IMAX the cream of the crop, but I personally prefer Dolby.
You just prefer Dolby, yeah. So I think that Dolby experience was pretty dope. Just to get back on Sinners, we kind of answered that. Like, how do we think the movie portrayed the complexities of the culture? We talked about I agree with just kind of the stealing of it and just that culture and like where like we feel like everything starts from somewhere with us, and it's crazy, dog. And I was just talking to I might have been listening to a podcast where I was talking to neighbor. I didn't know shit about it. Did you see the Elvis movie?
I saw it, but I didn't really like it.
I didn't even see it, but just even the story of that, like how he went about like. I completely thought the opposite. I'm like, I thought we got shit from that, and it wasn't the case. So
it was all our shit.
Yeah, like shit like that is crazy. Yeah. Were there any moments or scenes that felt like accurately reflected like real life struggles?
I mean, a lot of it felt like real life struggles, but like I said,
which one stood out to you though?
Just the vampires being the metaphor for basically, Europeans just want to come in and take. And like they say, church folks tell you, the devil don't show up as a monster. He show up as somebody fun and inviting and stuff like that. Right. And I just thought that was a great, accurate portrayal of that. and he was very convincing with like and shit like, hey man, you niggas, y'all about to compete with this. You can beat one of me, and like we're all a community, and they can't fuck with us really.
Right.
Like he had a really convincing proposal for them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think that's how it feels like in real life. Like when we get record deals, when we from the hood and shit. Hey motherfucker, I give you $1 million right here, but not knowing I'm a $100 billion type of artist.
360.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So.
No, that's first of all to just kind of go back. When you first, did you expect vampires when you first before you watched it?
Yes, I knew that. So
okay.
I knew that from the trailer and stuff like that. But I do try to I watched the first trailer and I would leave the theater when the other trailers came on.
Yeah.
I go to the movie so much. I'm gonna see the movie. I don't need to be sold no more.
Right.
So
right.
I try to block out everything. I don't watch nobody's review before I see it. I want to form my own opinion, and you know what I mean. I don't want to be swayed by nobody.
Right. So yeah, I didn't really know what to expect, but I wasn't surprised that it was vampires. But a lot of people were surprised though.
Really?
Yeah, like when the first time around,
Yeah.
they were just like, but they thought it was gonna be like more of a thriller, and I like how I like that it wasn't, you know, and I like how they kind of portrayed it, but to go back, like with the, you know, just the culture piece of it is the important piece, and then like you said, like him convincing you or like trying to propose you this, and he did that to them. You know what I mean? Sure. So he got them, and they were like, and he almost went with his brother.
Yeah,
you know. So it was like, damn, like he would have did anything for his brother. But just to kind of like to we can live forever, you know, and like he didn't want to live without him, and that part was the part that I was like kind of like I wonder why, but I guess like why the dude that sold him this place, why did he play him like he was coming back the next day to kill him? You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's probably just that culture, their culture. You know, like you can't have nothing.
Exactly. We gonna take your money and then we gonna take our shit back.
Yeah, you know, and that part I was like, damn, like what? Why? You know, I wasn't expecting that part, and it kind of like caught me off guard a little bit.
Yeah, it like I said, it's so much shit in there, and then. I like the difference between the brothers, like Stack. Yeah. He's like the normal black folks, like when they was playing with the wood chips and shit. And man, that nigga worked hard for them chips, man. Let that nigga spend his money. Yeah. Like as black folks, we're welcoming. Like you know what I mean? Yeah. Even when they got the vampire dudes to go walk away, and the white girl convinced me, I can go talk to him. We need that money. You know what I mean? But Smoke, he's the Malcolm X. We're like, hey, fuck that shit, motherfucker. We don't need them niggas here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the militant. I think we have to protect our culture with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it sucks because we want to be a giving community and a community that welcomes people in. But motherfucker, it's a jungle out there, man. If you don't protect yourself, motherfuckers
it's like
will take your
eating. Yeah. And then we are like a trusting, like warm, welcoming group of people. So it's like. That shit can bite you in the ass, you know what I mean? Yeah. What character would you say is the most relatable or impactful?
I would say I think Sammy would be for me.
Okay.
To me personally. Yeah. Just because Sammy is a dude that do the right things. He go to church like his daddy told him to. He work hard. But at the end of the night, goddamn it, I want to be free. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to be free. I want to get busy on the side. You know what I mean? So when I first watched it, I missed the part about, I knew they said that his music can bring evilness, but I missed the part, even though I knew it, but I missed the part where it was like how important it is for our culture, it connects us and stuff like that. So initially I'm like, why don't they just tell Sammy to shut the fuck up and stop singing? You know what I mean? And burn that guitar. I thought, you know, that guitar was their daddy's, and they said their daddy was an evil man. So I'm like, oh, the guitar is cursed. Why they? And he wouldn't drop it at the end in the church. So I'm like, why he so hell bent on holding on to this fucking guitar? So that confused me, but I would say Sammy just because, like, I feel like that's how I try to do the right things, but damn it, I want a little sin in my life. Yeah.
and so like he blamed himself too with that. That's the whole guitar part. That's interesting you said that, because now I'm wondering, like, why didn't he just get rid of that guitar? Yeah. Even when it was broke, you know what I mean? Like he started with it and ended with it, like. But
and I still don't really know the significance of why he would. I mean, I understand he loved his music, but like even at the end when his dad like told him to come in, like so I was getting confused with zombies and vampires. I know if zombies scratch you, you turn into a zombie. So Sammy had that scratch on his face, so I'm thinking he's a vampire. His dad offered him
to tear up.
Exactly.
Church. Oh, that's a good aspect of it.
And it didn't do that, so I was like, okay, maybe I got the vampire lore wrong. But
yeah, man, I think I gotta agree with you just because he was obviously the most like the one that impacted and everything was result of him. Like they heard his voice, which he was killing it. He was smoking it, by the way. Like
he was amazing.
Yeah, and just the whole like how it even started. Like like they said, like the devil, that music, and then once stuff started happening, he started blaming himself and he eventually was the one to get through it or get them through it. But he definitely got to be the most impactful, I would say,
for sure.
And then it obviously got to be the twins, but like kind of in different ways.
Yeah. Who would you like better out of the twins?
Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, I think Smoke. What Smoke do? The one that turned to...
No, that's Stack. The one that turned to the vampire?
Stack is the one that turned?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I don't know. I think Stack there. I think Stack.
Yeah.
I think Stack. Just because he was more like that, like, fuck it. But, just kind of like that. It was like that, like I first liked when he's, just kind of like we trying to help all the people, but then when it was over with, he like, man, fuck it, let's, I'ma ride with it, So that kind of he was. I think I liked him more out of the two twins, but just because he was just more like carefree, and loose about it,
So yeah, it's tough because like I do like his charismatic nature of Stack. But that nigga Smoke stands on business.
Yeah.
He need a nigga like that in the corner. Like,
no, that's fact.
When you shot that nigga in the ass, hey, motherfucker, I gotta get a kneecap, motherfucker. Ain't nobody about to think they robbing Smoke in this
that was a dope line, too. That was a dope line.
Everything about that movie, them niggas was cold. Michael Jordan won me over. I can't believe he was that good.
But people had doubt a lot. It was. I saw a lot of doubts just before. But no, he was Michael B. Jordan killed it, bro. He was tough. Smoke did stand on business though.
Like on everything.
On everything. And it was kind of like that, but that's just a perfect depiction of like twins for real though. Like, one got this way of thinking, the other one got this way of thinking, but they both would do whatever for each other, you know what I mean?
It was great.
And that was super dope. What's the girl, Hallie? Is it Haley?
Haley Steinfeld?
Yeah. She was cold too. I wasn't familiar.
She was fucking amazing.
Yeah, bro. I wasn't familiar with her game, bro. She was tough, man. I was like, damn.
I haven't saw her in a lot of stuff. I knew she was in Marvels and she was part of like the Kid Avengers and shit.
And that's it, bro. That was it.
And when she said, "You sucked my pussy," I was like, oh, she not cute no more. Okay.
Yeah, like she grown, bro.
I can listen to
her. Facts, bro. I was like, oh, she a beast. What is it? What do I got? So we talked about, man, we kind of covered all of that. So I'll skip down a few. What emotions did the movie like invoke? Just as a culture, for our culture, like what kind of emotions did that? I'll just say, like, for me, it was like, at first I'm like, all right, they get into it. They see it's like for me, I was like always, I'm into like making shit, building shit, and for them to try to get that shit going, it was super dope. And then kind of when you they revealed that why they came back. It's like, these niggas was running from something, but it's just like some nigga shit, like take somebody's shit, but then go. But it's like, all right, man. So it was kind of mixed emotions then, but it was just like, man, like they get into it.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, damn, we can't have shit.
For real.
Like, we can't have shit. You know, and when they came in and just took that shit over, man, it's like, damn, we can't have shit. So it was all across for me, really.
Yeah, and Ryan Coogler doing a good job of making this.
Yeah.
And one thing he always does for me, I don't know how he do this.
Mm-hmm.
He make me proud. Like I watched the movie with pride. With Black Panther, like nothing sad was happening, but on Challenge Day, the first one, Black Panther won the fight easily.
Yeah.
But just all the culture, the singing, it just made me proud, and it made me like have goosebumps and like tear up and shit.
Yeah.
And I feel the same with this, like getting our history of our music, how we contribute to so much stuff. When Smoke got to the city, the first thing he did, he taught that little girl how to bargain. Like, hey, you gotta state your price. Don't just take what people give you. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff. Ryan Coogler does a good job of making me proud to be black. And like I said, he wrapped these lessons up in such entertaining stuff that it's so good for us, and we need more of that shit.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to put it, man. Because especially like that part was dope too with the you know, when she had her negotiating and another like sequence in the movie, it was like that I caught me off guard was when he pulled up in at his old crib, you know, and he was talking about the black magic and all that, and she was like, "But you still alive, though, you know? So how you know I ain't been, you know, praying for you?" Dope, and I was like, "Damn!" I knew it was over with when he took it off. I'm like, "Damn!" Like, he ready to go. He ready to go.
And either was some harsh words. He said, "If this protected me, why ain't protecting our baby?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Damn, that was harsh."
Right.
She wanted to get the stick immediately.
Wow. So wild, bro. I'm like, damn. Like, oh man. Damn, where was I at? Okay. So how do you think this movie will be remembered? Like, where do you? I'll ask this question first. Where do you, for Ryan Coogler, where do you rank this movie in his?
That's tough. It's battling with Black Panther for the best one.
Yeah. So you think Black Panther, before this, Black Panther was for sure the best? The best one.
Like I said, man, Black Panther is a fantasy comic book movie.
Yeah, and his bag, like, he really likes sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
So
and like I said, like the fact that it made me proud and tear up and shit like that it's powerful. Because I mean, I get emotional movies. I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah.
But Black Panther really did something to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really appreciated this, and you know, it really makes me appreciate this because I got to do my CineFile event, and everybody loved it so much. We had such a good conversation after we had. So I was trying to figure out how I was going to do my CineFile out of theater reaction with everybody. Yeah. And we just made a big ass circle and just constant conversation, and it was just beautiful. You know what I mean? And it's like, this shit is what we need. You know what I mean? We need more, especially black directors, black artists, doing positive stuff like this. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it'd be Black Panther though, but it might be a better movie than Black Panther.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could break it over Black Panther.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right.
So
okay, but it's top. It's top two.
It's top two to me.
Okay, top two. So how do you think this will be remembered within like the landscape of just
movies in general?
Yeah.
I think for black people, for sure, it's going to be a classic. I think it's an instant classic. But I feel like white folks love it as much as we love it. You know what I mean? So I think everybody recognizes the greatness. Like, they recognize the greatness when we do anything. You know what I mean? They always want our shit. So I think it'll go down. But the thing is, it's so many different genres in this movie. Like, it ain't like strictly considered a horror movie. So I feel like it might get lost in the shuffle just because they might want to rank it as like one of the best horror, but the horror element was so kind of it wasn't all the way there.
It wasn't all the way there.
It
wasn't all the way there.
So it might get lost in the shuffle with that. Yeah. But as far as just overall a good movie, I think it'll be held in high regard for years to come.
I don't have many more. Oh, I do have. Give me a hot take about this movie.
A hot take.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that one.
What's a hot take? I just threw that one out the fly. What's a hot take you got?
A hot take. Stay away from no fucking white women. Hey, and this is the thing.
She was bad too.
What?
She was bad too.
She meant well.
Yeah.
But ultimately, she got everybody killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
And that's how it is dealing with white women. Like, they be so down for you, but at the end of the day, they don't know the danger they bring to you. You know what I mean? I actually saw a TikTok of this white woman that dates black men.
Oh, are you talking about the
I don't know what it is, but she was talking about she could see it from
okay, never mind.
So she was saying like she didn't understand like how her boyfriend's siblings and stuff, aunties and shit, how they consider her such a threat.
Yeah.
But she broke down the movie like Haley Steinfeld, like she thinks she's helping, but ultimately she's stepping out of her lane. Shut the fuck up. We handled it already, white girl. All right, let us be. You know what I mean? But even though she's trying to do well, it put us in a vulnerable state. And white women do that, and by not trying to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like Stack didn't want to be with Mary just because I can't be no nigga out here with no white girl in 1930s Mississippi.
And he was trying to protect her.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And it's just dangerous.
Yeah.
So I guess it's my hot take. Like, you know, I love the I
love the game.
Yeah, I dabble in the whites, but yeah, man, you might have to steer clear of them.
That's a good take. That's a good hot take, though. All right, last question I got for you, bro. If you could ask Ryan Coogler any one question about Sinners, what would it be?
If I could ask him one question, damn, I done saw so many interviews, I kind of know. I'm just being a.
All right, let me change it. If you can change one thing about the movie, what would you change?
So the one part, well, obviously Grace, the Asian woman that let the people in. I'm gonna cuss her ass out later. Grace is part of fucking this up. Yeah. So once they finally had the beef with the vampires, the fight, it was just like a big brawl and it happened quick. Yeah. Like they didn't even get a chance to kill one of them to realize like, okay, a stake to the heart really works. Like we can kill these vampires. Yeah. It was none of that. It was just a big old brawl and then everybody died right away. That bugged me a little bit. Okay. That took my score down a little bit in the finale. But I mean, I still enjoyed it. But yeah, I would like to have seen more of them defeating the vampires or coming up with a plan. Fucking Grace did. My nigga Smoke going through fucking real life issues right now, trying to sort shit out, and she on his ass. What are we gonna do? Yeah. Come in, mother. She ruined the whole movie down there. Yeah. So I didn't.
When that happened, I'm like, no. Yeah. I saw it like brewing. I'm like, no.
So yeah, I didn't get the confrontation like I wanted with the vampires. I would have liked that to be a little bit more drawn out, I think.
Okay. Yeah. All right, man. That's all I got for you, man. I appreciate you coming through and giving your input. I really think it's super dope what you're doing with CineFile and these movies, and just you found something you was already passionate about, and like you doing more with it, and that's like, bro. We had to what else? I don't want to do shit else, but what I like, So it's like if I don't, so I think it's super dope. Looking forward to what you got coming next. Where can they find your stuff, or where can they find your reviews or your information for
right now? I'm on most social networks. I'm on my main one where I do my reviews on TikTok at CineFile Emro, and then I'm on Instagram CineFile, and then CineFile Emro Innovations on Facebook. So that's where all of my stuff is. I'm working on a website, and like I said, I'm working on the apps, but that stuff is in the wraps. It's coming down the pipeline. Okay. But yeah, I just try to when I have events, I just try to throw them on my social medias and try to get as many people out as possible. Okay. So, yeah. All
right, and then definitely make sure I'll put all these linked in with this, man. Yeah. All right, that's all we got for tonight, man. He about to go watch a movie. I'm about to go get drunk or something. Yeah, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is, like I said, this is new something we try new, man. Symposium SideQuests. All right, I'm Wright, the Symposium podcast. I got my boy Buff with me. CineFile, go check him out. All right, peace.